Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are live on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions. Get radio, TV and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Love News investigations reveal that aside from the increasing cost of treating water polluted by irresponsible mining, the Ghana Water Company's treatment process cannot remove poisonous heavy metals from water pumped to homes across the country.
I can give you samples of water which contain heavy metals. They may be as clear as you can imagine, but then they would have high levels of heavy metals in them.
We have more in part 3 of our hotline documentary, Poisoned for Gold. Also, government insists it has not missed the deadline for the second tranche of the IMF fund bailout as it remains optimistic that $600 million will arrive by end of this month.
There was no November one. I don't know where it is manufactured from. The next tranche should happen in the last week of November.
In business,
interest rates fall for the second week running, reflecting ease in inflation as government T-bills are oversubscribed by 14.75%. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And later in Thansbim, school courts parents support to provide power for the school as the government payment default plunges it into debt.
And we always struggle to purchase power. This year alone, from January to October 31st, we have spent 204,000 cities on prepaid.
We have more as the headmaster warns of major disaster if help doesn't come quickly. I am Amia Sinyamiche Thompson. Details now. Investigations conducted by Love News have revealed that aside from increasing cost of treating water polluted by irresponsible mining, the Ghana Water Company's current treatment process cannot remove heavy metals from water pumped to homes across the country. Tests conducted at the Ghana Water Company Limited Dabuase intake point of the Proud River confirm high levels of arsenic, lead and chromium in the water. Erastus Asaridonko has been speaking to experts on whether the company's treatment process is capable of removing these poisonous metals. Here are excerpts of part 3 of his documentary, Poisoned for Gold.
Samples fetched from the PRA at the Dabuase headworks of the Ghana Water Company tested positive for 0.288 milligrams per liter of arsenic, 0.186 of chromium, and 0.57 milligrams per liter of lead, all above the safety levels for these poisonous metals. But can the Ghana Water Company's treatment process eliminate the presence of poisonous heavy metals? We took a trip to the Materials Engineering Department of the College of Engineering, KNUST, to speak with Engineer Dr. Benetta Kumsen.
Currently, what Ghana Water is doing doesn't take care of that. It takes care of bacterial, microbial stuff in the water. But with respect to heavy metals, I can give you samples of water which contain heavy metals. They may be as clear as you can imagine, but then they would have high levels of heavy metals in them.
The PRA is polluted mainly by miners opening their residue into the river at Chifu Kotoche, Chifu Praso, and Shamfans sitting on the river.
The full story is airing this morning on the Super Morning Show at 8 a.m. and on the Joy News channel at 8:30 p.m. Please do make a date. Now, government insists it has not missed the deadline for the second tranche of the IMF bailout. It is unclear when the IMF board will approve the release of the money, but speaking on the probe last night, Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Dr. Amin Adams, maintains there's no delay as he assures the money is expected between the last week of November and first week of December.
There was no November one. I don't know where it is manufactured from. What you saw on the paper, which your station published, was indicative. But you knew that as of October, we had negotiated and finalized the the staff agreement. We're hoping to have this agreement soon, and the next tranche should happen in the last week of November to the first week of December.
Dr. Amin Adams is Minister of State at the Finance Ministry. Now, Parliament will begin debating the budget and economic policy for the 2024 financial year on Tuesday. On the back of it, there are calls by some financial experts for government to address the challenges grinding the economy to a halt. Here's a report filed by James Ishan.
Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, while delivering the 2024 budget statement, said Ghana is set to hit 1 trillion Ghana cedis gross domestic product. This, he said, is a marked improvement from the 219.5 billion Ghana cedis the Akufo-Addo government inherited in 2016. Reacting to this, economic and political risk analyst Dr. Theophilus Ichampon said the country's projected 1 trillion Ghana cedi GDP as an achievement is mere political grandstanding and a meaningless metric in the face of rising inflation and a depreciating cedi.
1 trillion is a meaningless metric. It doesn't mean anything.
Chief Executive Officer of Delex Finance Limited, Kenneth Thompson, raised concerns about the lack of attention to the struggles of ordinary Ghanaians in the budget presentation.
I mean, I'm suffering. Where all the budget is about the government and what they want to do. I feel cheated. I feel it's immoral. I feel used.
On the cedi's performance against the dollar, lead partner tax and regulatory services at Deloitte Ghana, George Ankuma, says government needs to work on the country's exchange rate.
We still have a situation of cost of doing business being very high, inflation very high.
Meanwhile, Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Dr. Stephen Amoah, touted the 2024 budget as one of the best ever delivered in the Parliament of Ghana.
The most important thing we are all looking at today is that these numbers to me are very important.
According to Finance Minister, government is hoping to spend a total of 226.7 billion Ghana cedis in 2024. This will represent 21.6% of Ghana's gross domestic product. For Joy News, James Ishen.
Meanwhile, Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Dr. Amin Adams, has given an assurance that contrary to the norm where governments overspend in election years, it will remain fiscal discipline in 2024.
Government is committed to reducing their expenditure, and we have demonstrated that this year, in this year's budget. We were supposed to be spending on program 121.7 billion. We actually spent up to September 104 billion cedis, which means that we have spent about 14% below our program budget.
Away from that, Infantipim School is now courting the help of parents to bail them out of their power crisis after the government defaulted on payments. Headmaster of the school, Ebenezer Kobna Edu, in his speech at the school speech and prize giving day, revealed the school is in distress and currently cannot afford to pay electricity bills. He disclosed that out of 204,000 Ghana cedis accumulated between January and October this year, the government has only paid half, with an outstanding amount of 115,000 Ghana cedis. Listen.
We don't have enough furniture in the classrooms. Currently, we need 250 monodesks to ensure that our students are well seated. High cost of electricity. Seven, we are on prepaid, and we always struggle to purchase power. This year alone, from January to October 31st, we have spent 204,000 cedis on prepaid. Fortunately, the government has given us 89,000 Ghana cedis, leaving 115,000 cedis. This is indeed very worrying and frustrating as a school.
Ebenezer Kobna Edu is headmaster of Infantipim School. Now, renal patients are excited as the government commences processes to include them in the National Health Insurance Scheme. The government's decision to extend NHIS coverage to renal patients is as a result of persistent advocacy and appeals from patients who have long struggled with the high cost of dialysis and related treatments. The inclusion of renal care in the NHIS is poised to make a substantial impact on the lives of these patients, ensuring that they have better access to the vital medical services they require. Fred Apia is Central Regional Director of the NHIA.
So just last week, our CEO and executive management sent a form to us to go to all the teaching hospitals where they do the dialysis and then take data from them. The number of dialysis they do in a week, the payments and all that. So we are gathering the data, and I believe that there's a positive news that definitely once we are done with the data, Acturia come with the the result, we consider adding dialysis onto our package.
And that's it for the bulletin. In our top story, Love News investigations has revealed that the Ghana Water Company's treatment process cannot remove poisonous heavy metals from water pumped to homes across the country as a result of illegal mining activities. I am Amiesi Nyamuche. Thompson Business is next on the Super Morning Show.